As an empty nester, I want you to think back through the course of your life when you were raising kids, when you were first with your mate, and how you were enjoying those moments of newness, being your own little nuclear family, if that's what you had when you had kids. You may have been a single parent from the start. But think about the times as you were establishing your life as a parent, as you were defining your own nuclear family, that you had to go visit your family of origin. If you were married or with a partner, it may have even been more challenging. Do we go to your family? Do we go to my family? My family's tradition is important. Your family's tradition is important. And how do we blend those all together? Now, think about the times that you just decided we want to stay home and just enjoy our own family, or we have vacation days saved up and we've earned them and we want to take our child, or you individually want to take your child to the beach or to a mountain or a volcano or camping, whatever your thing is. But now you have maybe 1 to 2 weeks of vacation a year. It's Christmas. Maybe you want to teach them how to ski. But your parents are going to lay on the guilt trip if you don't do the obligatory family dinner. So here's the question for this week. Is the time that you spent with your family of origin while you were raising your kids, was it a vacation or an obligation? And if you switch it around, now with your adult kids, as whether they are away in college, whether they have married, whether they are going home with friends on the holidays, are you laying it on to the point where you are now and the tables have turned, the obligation, not the vacation? Ow, that's hard. Hi, I'm Dawn, the recovery lady. That's DAWN, like the morning, not Dawn or Donna. And I am a licensed behavioral health clinician here with Life Recovery Tips, currently doing a series on empty nesting. And today, as we're going into fall, you can watch this video anytime, as we get prepared for, well, every time of the year has a holiday, depending on your faith system. Have you turned into the obligation? Are there arguments in your adult kids' lives, whether the argument was with themselves, their best friend, their significant other, that now what are we going to do? Are we going to use our only vacation time to go back and see family, and they dread it? There are ways that you can turn this around, and I want to look at this really quickly today. The first thing you can do is offer to blend. Say you have an adult child, maybe you have some grandchildren. There might be competition between the two sides of the grandparents. You might be the only grandparent. There could be time that they just want their nuclear family together, or like we've talked about before, the college student wants to go home with their college roommate. They want to see how somebody else lives. How can you blend it? There's always a compromise. And I told my kids when I was raising them, there is always a way out and a different way to do it. Could you offer, hey, you're going to your partner's families of origin's house for this holiday. Hey, can I join you a couple days in so we can spend the day after Christmas together? Or can we do it the day before? If you want to take a family vacation and they just really want that alone time, is there a time there that you could maybe join at the end that doesn't interfere with the new experience they want to create? If none of those are an option, and you can tell when you're talking to your adult children that now you're the obligation, not the vacation, not the good time, because we have to allow our adult kids to build and merge their lives with the most important people in them. If we are expecting our adult kids to do exactly what we taught them to do on any holiday and not finding room for the blend, we're an obligation and we're a turnoff. And like we talked about in the last video or two, we need to leave our kids wanting more. We want them to see that we are healthy and that we are balanced. That makes us attractive, especially if perhaps the empty nester parents on the other side, if there's a two-person parental relationship going on and they're feeling the guilt from both sides, and you're the one who pulls back and says, cool, next year I'll get you, if that works for you. Or, hey, I'm fine, and you find something to do, even if that's a little bit hard. And it can be a little bit hard. And yes, I'm going through this myself. We have a long weekend holiday coming up this time of year where I am, and I automatically assumed, because I spent all holidays with my adult kids, that we were going to have that together. Took it upon myself to make sure I had that day off. Texted my kids, hey, whose house are we barbecuing at? And I'm not going to lie. A piece of me was going, don't do it. Don't do it. You can't. I was getting that little angst, like my heart wanted it, but I was also getting the little angst that that's kind of assumptive on my part. I should probably ask, but my schedule was going in at work, so I did it. And I've come a long way in my empty nesting recovery, so I'm giving myself some street creds here because it's so much better than I was even 6 months ago. But sure enough, my one married child had decided with the spouse that they were going to make other plans. And it's like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize it was a holiday. We're off. We're going out of town. And I took it like a champ. I want to let you know. I was like, cool. Oh my gosh, didn't even think. I should have checked in with you. Have a good time. And I'm assuming my other adult child may want to do their own thing. And I am going to have a few weeks till this holiday hits, making some plans so that I'm okay. Only because of the hard work I've been doing, I'm actually okay with it this time. And I may actually enjoy it. I have a lot of friends that don't have kids. There is a way to turn it around. There is a way to look at it differently. I did two things, because in that same week, because true confessions, we get better if we know the person's being honest with us who's doing the teaching on it. Also took the day off for my child's spouse's birthday. I thought, just in case. Now, I didn't have the expectation there. I just thought, at this point, because the birthday is after that long weekend, I thought, okay, I'm just going to take that day off in case, my child and their spouse talk and expected a blended celebration. But I'm perfectly fine and have other things to do if my adult child and their spouse wants to be alone or go with the spouse's family. I don't get first rights to an in-law child. I know that. And I handled that really well. I just said, hey, I also took this day off. Whatever you want to do, I'm available. If not, it's cool. So I'm growing, and you can grow. So as you go into the next season, the next holiday, the next birthday, because this happens all year round, I'm challenging you this week to think, do I want to be a vacation, or do I want to be an obligation? Am I impeding on their only time? Is somebody turning 30, 40, a big number, 25, 21, and I want to hog it? Because once they have a spouse, your first rights to that child's birthday are off the table. It's up to the spouse now what they do on that day. And you can do this. You might be surprised, especially if you call a friend and say, you know what? It's Quentin's birthday. And he's turning 30 and he wants to be with his friends and with his girlfriend. And they made plans. And hey, can we hang together? Because this was going to be my first time doing this, and it might be hard. Your friends, your safe, sane friends are going to show up and say, oh, for sure, let's hang out and do that. So that's not hard for you. You can do this. I am challenging you, and believe me, continuing to evolve myself. We are never done. There will be nuances, no matter how emotionally high our emotional intelligence is, our mental intelligence, just our coping is, or how low it is. There's always a place that we can grow and be better. So pull back, and always don't traumatize yourself, but try to reflect when the next situation comes up where you have an assumptive holiday that you're going to have your adult children with you, and say, what did that feel like for me when I was in that life stage? Was I dreading it, going to see mom, dad, grandpa, aunt, uncle? Ask yourself that so that you can understand where they are and make it easy. I know adults, and I will end with this, that have I know people who have adult children. Through the course of my life, I've known this. I've just known a lot of people, patients, clients, friends, that have adult children that move away and stay away, because this is so important. When the adult children did use their vacation time to come back and visit the family of origin, the assumptive empty nester, praise God, this is something I never did, will plan it. Okay, so day one, you're here. We got to go see Aunt Susie. Then we have to go see Cousin Joe and Bob out of town. And then we are having dinner with so-and-so. And it's like, wait a minute. I am coming to see you, but I did not hire you as my travel agent to determine what I'm going to do on every day, especially if your adult kids are returning to the home they were raised in or the city they were raised in. They are going to resent you. It is going to push them away, and they will start coming home less if you have decided to book up all their time in advance. Guess what? Expired parenting role. We talk about this a lot. You don't have the right to do it. We don't have the right to do it. It's like, great, you're going to be home for 6 days. Hey, what days can I count on you for us to be together? Because I know you're going to have other plans with friends and things you want to do while you're here. Look, that's a hard surrender. But then take that time that they say, hey, I'm with you all day Tuesday, Wednesday, but Monday, Thursday, Friday, before we go, we're doing these things. Own that. That maturity and growth and the freedom you are giving your adult kids to run their own life is going to make you attractive. And the obligatory trip will become a vacation for them because they are planning it. When we cannot control, we can try, but we're going to build up resentment. And let me tell you, I've seen it over and over and over. Don't push your adult kids away by monopolizing the time when they come visit you on their time off. You can do this. You've got this. I'm Dawn, DAW, and the recovery lady, licensed behavioral health clinician. Please like, please share, please subscribe. If this doesn't, giving you permission, if this video doesn't, work for you, but you know somebody going through this, share it with them and say that I told you to. I think I'm like 51 subscribers away from 200. I don't know how to do all the algorithms and stuff. This is just word of mouth, and I'm so grateful you are here. Love you guys. God bless you. I pray for you all the time. We're in this journey together, and we've got it. Bye.